Shalom, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruka, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. This is Shabai from the GMS Denver camp. And, want to go in on Isaiah 48 through the Spirit. Okay. And it says, the title is Obstinate Israel, or Israel's obstinacy. And that word obstinacy or obstinate, it means stubborn, because our people are stubborn as hell, right? They're just, gainsayers, backsliding children, sottish children, people who don't want to hear the truth, people who don't want to embrace the truth. This is the characteristics of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the Israelites according to the Holy Bible. So let's read it. Isaiah 48:1, it says, "Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swear by the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and make mention of the Most High of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness." Right, because our people, our people are compassionate by nature. They have a zeal toward the Most High, but it's not in truth. It's not according to knowledge. Okay, it's not righteous. Our people they'll go to church, right? They'll go to the pagan Christian church. They'll go to the Catholic church. They'll go to the fucking Kingdom Hall. They'll go to all these different places set up here in Babylon. And they have a zeal for the truth, meaning they have a zeal, a passion, a desire to know the truth, but they don't understand that what they're doing it's not according to the truth. It's not according to knowledge. All right, let me grab this real quick. Romans 10:2. All right, our people have a zeal, right? Let's read it. "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge." See that? Let's keep reading 3. "For they being ignorant," and the word ignorant means without knowledge, okay, or without knowing. So you blacks, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you have a zeal, you have a passion, you have a desire to know the Most High. But you've been taught by your enemy. You've been taught that God's name is just God, which that's just the title. You've been taught that the Son of the Most High Yahweh, you've been taught that he's Cracker Jesus. That's what you've been taught. Our people are very zealous, passionate about the scriptures, about the truth. But it's according to lies that they've received from their enemies, right? That's why you got to think out the box. If you're the elect, you're going to be able to, the Most High is going to give the elect, which means chosen. He's going to give you chosen Israelites the ability to think out the box and to actually receive the real truth, the knowledge, okay? Instead of sitting here. Well, let me read this 3. "For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh." You see that? So you don't have the righteousness of Yahweh. Because why? Because you're busy, worshiping everything under the sun except for your true powers, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? As an Israelite, you're supposed to tap into the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, not God and Jesus. Okay? God is just a title. Jesus is a cracker Edomite idol set up during the time of the Renaissance. Okay? We always tell you there was no J until the years 1524. So, his name could never have been Jesus, okay? What was I going to grab? Let me see. Okay, let's see. No, you know what? I'll go back. I lost the... Oh, yeah, I did. I came back. Let me see. We'll go to Jeremiah 16 and 19. It says, O Yahweh, my strength, my fortress, my refuge, in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth. And this is talking about the Gentiles of Israel. Because you got to understand, our people became Gentiles, being in the different slaveries and the different captivities, where in all the countries that we were scattered in as a punishment. Okay, so this is talking about our people, not the Gentiles or the heathen. You see, the phone chimed on that. It says, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. See that? So our people who have been scattered all over the earth, that's a curse where the Israelites are under. Our fathers have inherited lies. That's why you were taught God and Jesus and whatever other idols you've been taught while you were in captivity here in Babylon, America, as the first example, right? Because we're scattered in all countries and nations, and it's easy for the elect to see that, you got to come out of this place. Like it tells you in Revelation, come out of her, my people. All right. And what that means is spiritually come out of all the false doctrines, the philosophies you've been taught here, and every other wicked nation that is not upholding the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay. So let's go back to Isaiah 48. It says, for they call themselves of the holy city, and say themselves upon the Most High of Israel, the Lord of hosts is his name, and his name is Yahweh of hosts. I have declared the former things from the beginning, and they went forth out of my mouth, and I shewed them, and I did them suddenly, and they came to pass. Okay? And Yahweh has declared these things from the beginning. He said that your fathers were going to inherit lies. He said that you were going to lose your heritage. He said you were going to go into captivity. You see? And all those things happened. All right? Verse 4. Because I knew that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy brow brass, meaning you're hard-headed. Right? And you're obstinate, you're stubborn. You Israelites are stubborn. All right, here it is, 2025. We're about to be in 2026 here in about 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. And you still have Israelites who they're not in the truth. You're not worshiping the true powers of the Hebrew Bible. Our true power is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. Okay? Verse 5. I have even from the beginning declared it to thee. Before it came to pass, I showed it thee. Lest thou shouldest say, mine idol hath done them, and my graven image and my molten image hath commanded them. Right? You want to sit here and put your faith and your worship and your praise and you want to give your glory unto another. If you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native American, and your seed line goes back to the nation of Israel, you have a true power to repent toward and to worship, not like the heathen, all right? But even you, being in your lackluster state of mind, being in your, sottish, ignorant state of mind, you have a power, but the thing is you're prophecy too. You fall into prophecy. You fall into the category of the 2/3, the wicked 2/3 of our people that don't take heed or don't hearken to the truth, right? You stuck on stupid, right? You're like, what's his name? Can't get right, right? You're a bunch of 2/3 are a bunch of can't get rights, okay? The Most High declared these things would happen from the beginning, and here they are in the end happening. So how do you? That's how one way you can tell prophecy is prophecy, right? Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies, which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. See that? So our people, you so-called blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, you had discontinued from your heritage. Your true heritage is an Israelite. Okay? The Most High has caused you to serve your enemies. This is punishment. See, the phone chimed on it twice. All right? And the reason he did it is you pissed the Most High off. You have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. And that word ever, it means for an age. And we're in that age where it's burning. The Most High is pissed off at the 2/3. Because you're part of the wicked right now, you 2/3. You're part of which the wicked is Esau Edom, but you're following the same religions, the same traditions, the same belief system. You know, the majority of you 2/3 are following the so-called white man, and he's giving you nothing but lies. Like we just read it. Our people have inherited lies in Jeremiah 16, right? So let me see. Where am I at? Okay. So the Most High have prophesied through Jeremiah that, hey, you're going to lose your heritage. This happened, okay? You're not calling yourself an Israelite, right? You don't consider that you're an Israelite, right? Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider, right? So an ox, dumb as an ox, right? That's the term they use. He knows who his owner is, even though he's a dumb ox. The ass, which is another word for ass, is a donkey. He knows his master's crib. And donkeys are stubborn. It says, but Israel, you Israelites, you don't know. You don't even consider you're an Israelite, according to the scriptures. You see? This is our people, man. Obstinate Israel. Remember, that's the way we started this lesson off. Obstinate means stubborn. Excuse me. Let's see, Isaiah 48 and 6. It says, thou hast heard, see all this, and will not ye declare it? I have showed thee new things from this time, even hidden things, and thou didst not know them. Right. And that's what he's doing right now through his servants, the prophets. We're telling you the mysteries. We're telling you the hidden things, and you still don't know them. Right? Because you're in the most of our people, the majority of our people, they could care less about the Holy Scriptures nowadays. They really don't care about the Most High. They don't care about Yahweh Shai's sacrifice and what he did for the nation of Israel. They're not in that state, right? They don't care. You know, the Most High is not in their thoughts, like as it is written. And you know, that's towards the wicked, but like I said earlier, you 2/3, you're part of the wicked right now. And it's only because of the Most High Yahweh's mercy that you're going to have you're going to be good in the kingdom, because you're going to be in your right mindset. But for now, you have to be destroyed. 2/3 of our people have to be destroyed according to the prophecies. It says that, verse 7, they are created now and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldest say, behold, I knew them. right? Yeah, thou heardest not. Yeah, thou knewest not. Yeah, from that time that thine ear was not open, for I knew that thou wouldest deal very treacherously, and was called a transgressor from the womb. So just like the elect have been chosen from the womb, before the womb, actually, right? Same thing with the 2/3. If you're set up and you don't believe this ministry, this truth, guess what? The Most High set you up that way. You could say it out loud. You're a set up failure. All right, for now, until you get destroyed, until the Most High kills you, puts you to death, and brings you back in through the reincarnation, the regeneration. You'll be brought back in your right mindset. All right, and you're going to be back in your right mindset, because the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be ruled by the Israelites, where we are going to teach you righteousness. All right, right here in Babylon, America, you've been taught wickedness, sorcery, witchcraft, debauchery, lies. That's everything you've been taught here in Babylon, America. But when you come back in the kingdom through the reincarnation, because reincarnation is biblical, all right, you're going to be in your right mindset when you get reincarnated into the kingdom. And that's where the Israelites, you're going to actually be, you'll be good. You heathen, you tribes of the earth that are outside of the tribes of Israel, which are not Israelites, your destiny and your fate in the kingdom of heaven, according to the Holy Scriptures, is you're going to go into slavery under the Israelites. Just like we're slaves, we've been slaves to the heathen in all the different captivities that we've been a part of, right? Starting out with Egypt. We were in the Egyptian captivity. We were in the Babylonian captivity. We were in the Medo-Persian captivity, the Greco-Roman captivity, and now here we are in the American captivity, right? Meaning you're working for your slave master. All the money you make, you pay taxes to your enemy. The place you live at, you got to pay to the enemy, right? Verse 9, for my name's sake will I defer mine anger, and for my praise will I refrain for thee, that I cut thee not off. Okay? So that's what it is. For his name's sake, he's going to do this for his own name. Because that's the thing, that term, I put that on, you got Jake, they like to say, oh, on God, I'm telling you the truth. The Most High is saying the same thing right here. He's like, on my name, I'm going to defer mine anger. And it's for my praise that I'll refrain for thee. So this is his mercy he's going to have on you Israelites. Even though you're wicked as hell right now, you want to stay in a pagan Christian church, you want to stay in the Kingdom Hall, you want to stay in the fucking Muslim, you want to be a Muslim, all these different religions that our people are part of, right? Committing wickedness under every green tree, right? Let's get this precept real quick. Jeremiah 13:8. No, actually, I'm not. Sorry, let me go back to Isaiah 48:10. It says, behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Okay? And the Israelites, we're gonna go through the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. We're gonna go through the fire, okay, to be purged and be made better. Okay? All the afflictions we go through, and this starts out with the elect. We're going to be tried in the fire, right? I believe it's in Ecclesiastes, or what is it? Let me see. Is it Ecclesiastes 2? Yeah. It says here right now, Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach, 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. And our people are at the base of this society right now. You know, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are at the bottom of society here in Babylon, America, generally speaking, right? Look what they're doing to the Northern Kingdom, right? Kicking them out of this country, you know? And that's coming to the Southern Kingdoms too. They're going to put hell on the so-called black tribes. Verse 5, and they've been putting hell on the so-called black tribes forever, right? It ain't going to stop. It's going to get worse, according to these prophecies. Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. See that? So we, the elect, we're going to be tried in the fire. You know? And we're going to be made better. But the 2/3, they're going to be the wicked portion of our people. They're going to go through the fire, but they're going to get actually destroyed in that fire. And it's going to be a nuclear fire. The ultimate fire is going to be that nuclear fire, all mingled in with chariot fire. Okay. It says, where am I at? Verse 11, for mine own sake, even for my own sake will I do it. For how should my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory unto another? And you Israelites who are calling on different names outside of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, you're polluting the names of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. You're defiling the names. Okay? You calling him Yahweh, you calling him Yah, you calling him Yahuwah, you're calling him Yeshua, you're calling him Cracker Jesus, you call him all these different names. You're polluting the Most High and His Son's name. You're defiling the names. Okay. 12. Hearken unto me, O Jacob and Israel, my called. I am He. I am the first. I am also am the last. Okay. Going into Yahushai, right? Yahushai was the first what? He was the first spirit, the first soul created. All right. Verse 13, mine hand also hath laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand hath spanned the heavens. When I called unto them, they stand up together. Right, talking about Yahushai and the Elohim, which are the angels, which are spirits, right? Which are the elect spirits. Starting out with the 144,000, the prophets, you know. That's why it says, mine hand hath laid the foundation of the earth. Because who was the Lord's hand? His right hand has spanned the heavens. Who is that? That's talking about Yahushai. He sits at the right hand of the Father. Does he not? Right? And if you know the creation, the true creation story is where, you know, we were created starting out with Yahushai. And Yahushai, you know, had created us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. All the Elohim, all of the 144,000 were the first fruits, were the first souls created, which assisted Yahushai in the creation and spanned the heavens, like it says here. Let's get that word spanned real quick. Let me see.
Strong's H 2946. Tafach.
It says to extend, to spread, take quick little steps, to spread out, to carry on the palms, to rear children. You see that? And who are those children? The children are the Elohim, the 144,000, which were with Yahushai. Let's get it. I always have to grab Ephesians so you can understand better. Ephesians 1, 2. No, let's go to 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. Okay? So before the foundation of the world, Yahushua had spanned the heavens, meaning created the 144,000, the spirits of the elect, spirits of the prophets. Okay. And now I'm at verse 14. It says, all ye assemble yourselves and hear which among them hath declared these things. Yahweh hath loved him. He will do his pleasure on Babylon, and his arm shall be on the Chaldeans. Right, because Yahushua and the Elohim and the angels are going to be on that ass. When Yahushua returns to the earth, in Matthew 10 and 34, he's going to make war. He's coming back with a sword. Right? The Most High has loved Yahushua and the elect, and he's gonna do his pleasure on Babylon. And what's his pleasure? To destroy this place, to destroy Babylon, America, okay, because of all of its sorceries, its witchcraft, its wickedness, the way it handled the Israelites. This place has been a curse to the Israelites. And the Most High is the one who's going to deliver, he's going to send his son, Yahushua, and the angels to deliver us out of this place, okay? Even I have spoken, I have called him. I have brought him, and he shall make his way prosperous. Come ye near unto me, hear ye this. I have not spoken in secret from the beginning. From the time that it was, there am I. And now Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Most High, and his Spirit hath sent me. You see that? So it's not a secret. The Most High, he's not like Esau. He doesn't have a secret service. You know what I mean? He's telling you from the beginning what it is. He's telling you that he's going to set up his prophets, right? Jeremiah 3:15, he sets up his prophets. Matthew 10 and 34, Yahushua and the angels are going to come for war. The angels they man those ships, those heavenly spaceships, which you call UFOs. That's Yahushua's army. That's why, that's Yahweh's army. That's why he's called the Lord of Hosts, the Lord of Armies. Okay, an army is a host is an army. And he's told you from the beginning. He didn't keep it secret, He's telling you what's coming because he's not worried about Esau and the heathens' military. He's going to take these militaries out. He's going to destroy this place. He's going to destroy the rulership of all these countries. Verse 17. Thus saith Yahweh thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am Yahweh thy power, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. Right, because all those other false gods, false idols, there's no profit in serving those false gods or false idols. The only one that can redeem Israel is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Oh, that thou hast hearkened to my commandments, then had thy peace been as a river, and thy righteousness as the waves of the sea. So we could have avoided all of this backlash, all of these captivities, but we didn't hearken to the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So the only ones we have to blame is ourselves. Okay, this phone chimed on that. Again, boom. So it says, thy seed also had been as the sand, and the offspring of thy bowels like the gravel thereof. His name should not have been cut off nor destroyed, but from before me. Talking about, because our people are innumerable. You can't number the Israelites. And actually, it's a sin to number the Israelites. That's why when Esau Edom does his census, that's actually wicked, You're not supposed to try, because the main reason they're counting is they're counting the Israelites. They're like the ancient Egyptians. This is spiritual Egypt. So in ancient Egypt, they knew that the number of Israelites was growing and we became a threat. It's no different here in spiritual Egypt. Go ye forth of Babylon, flee ye from the Chaldeans. Chaldeans are sorcerers and magicians, witchcraft. That's why you got MAGA ruling here in Babylon, America, because that's nothing more than an enchantment, a ritual by the wicked elite. All right, the MAGA, right, which goes into magic or witches and warlocks, things of that sort. With a voice of singing declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye, Yahweh hath redeemed his servant Jacob. And how are we redeemed? We're redeemed through our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahushai was that perfect sacrifice, and now we're uttering this to the end of the earth because all the prophets are waking up all across the four corners of the earth, the north, the east, the west, and the south. Where every place where we've been scattered, we're waking up, standing on our feet, right? Teaching the Israelites who they really are, telling the world the prophecies that's going to come to pass. And they thirsted not when they led them through the deserts. He caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. He clave the rock also, and the waters gushed out. There is no peace, saith Yahweh, unto the wicked. Right, so we got delivered out of ancient Egypt. When we were thirsty, what happened? Moses split the rock through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Gave us water to drink. Gave us manna from the heavens, angel food, right? So we didn't go thirsty, we didn't go hungry. And he's going to do the same thing here in Babylon, a.k.a. America, a.k.a. spiritual Egypt. Then it says there's no peace to the wicked. Ain't no peace for the wicked. Okay? This wicked place is going to get destroyed. You wicked Israelites that refuse to hearken, that you remain obstinate or stubborn, you're gonna die as a heathen. But like we always tell you, you're gonna die a heathen. But when you come back into the kingdom, you're gonna be raised up in your right mindset. You're gonna be raised up in righteousness under the elect. Okay. And the head of the elect is going to be the 144,000 prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai who are ministering this truth and this knowledge unto the whole world right now. And really, the only ones we're concerned for right now are the elect, the 1/3 of Israel, who we know is prophesied to stand on their feet and believe, okay? You other Israelites, you 2/3, like I say, you got to be destroyed as if you were a heathen. But you're going to be all right in the kingdom, all right? So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, want to acknowledge all the Akim who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.